And here we go, guys, just about to go into qualifying round 3. Drag brakes started off in practice on 6%, 6 whatever, 6. Knocked it up to 12, felt it was a little bit too much back end, stepping out a little bit. Now we're going on to qualifying round 3 and I've downed it, knocked it down to 10. Car felt good, done well in qualifying 2, best result yet, come second. So on to qualifying round 3. Yeah, boys. Trick of the game is not to get overconfident. Just because I've done well in qualifying round 2, got to make sure that don't start pushing it, thinking I've got more luck, because it's got a lot worse. Very kind of misty kind of spray at the moment, very misty kind of rain. So yeah. So here we go, guys, thanks for tuning in to my latest racing video. Please drop us a like and subscribe, all that good stuff really helps the channel, pushes the content out there, this small RC channel, bringing you weekly races from around the northwest. So today we are racing at Southport Radio Control Car Club, round 1 of the Outdoor Championship. This is qualifying round 3. This turns out to be a bit of an interesting race, let's say that. The kind of like the ship sinks before it sets sail. The warm-up lap decides to deal me a bad hand and we don't actually make it to the starting grid, but we do get into the race thanks to the quick thinking of a brilliant marshal who actually used his noggin and got me into the race. So let's see how we get on. So on pole we've got Tony, me on 2nd, Chris on 3rd, Tommy on 4th, Scott on 5th, Jacob on 6th, Freddie 7th, Andrew 8th and Martin in 9th. So yeah, boys, like I say, very interesting race. Let's jump straight into it. So we're jumping straight into the warm-up lap because this is kind of like where it all goes wrong. And they totally get it wrong. I think I catch the piping just as I take off. And the car is now non-serviceable. So the young marshal has a quick look at it. Luckily, Aidan runs across. What's happened is the shock has actually come off, which means that the wishbone, this whole suspension has dropped and the drive shafts come out. The upper link is still on, but these upper links are very hard to get off if you haven't got any tools. So luckily Aidan goes over to the to race control to try and maybe get a tool, some pliers or something to try and prise it off.
9, 8.
Very lucky that the marshal didn't just call it there and say my race was over. He's determined to try and get it fixed. To get the tool from race control. Still not able to manage it by the looks of it. This was so painful standing here as everyone's going around. Another guy has a go. Trying to pry that upper link off. This seemed to last forever. Hopefully, and there we go, boys.
Cheers!
Awesome job. Thanks very much, guys. So yeah, we've kind of like lost a couple of laps, I think, in that amount of time. Let's see how much the first lap, how long the first lap takes. So very much on the back foot now. Hopefully it won't cost us too much with the good result of the previous race where we were 2nd quickest. Let the quicker car through. So lap 1 is a 99.63. Kinda cost me a good, well, maybe 2-3 laps. So just see how the race unfolds now. You never know, we might still not come last. Taking it easy over this tabletop this time.
2 minutes is 4, 6, 5, 1, 2, 9, 8, 7, 3.
Yeah, so we're currently in last spot. Lap 2 is a 33.70. And I'm going to let these faster cars now through unless I can pull away. The car behind. Off the table, spin out, car gets past. Through this tricky section. Keeping up to the car in front. Lap 3 is a 33.02, so we're slowly bringing it down. When we go over the tabletop, the car in front gets it wrong. There's a clear track in front of me. Through this slippy part. Lap 4 is my fastest lap of the race, which is a 31.32. So we could have been on for a good result here really if that hadn't have happened. What I was kind of doing on the practice lap, I was actually like on the warm-up lap, I was actually giving it beans to see just how much I could get out the car. You kind of want to take it easy on the warm-up lap. I mean, you've seen it in Formula 1. The cars crash out on the warm-up lap. So lap 5 is a 31.83. A few tenths off my fastest lap.
The running order at 4 minutes is 4, 6, 2, 1, 5, 9, 8, 7, 3.
Wrong on the tabletop again. Do or die, that tabletop. There we go. Lap 6 is a 33.90, slightly off the pace. But you just got to put it behind you, focus on what's happening next, and try to recover as best as possible. Still got the finals. We do alright in the finals. Have a bit of an incident with Tommy, unfortunately. But we still managed to get, both of us get a good position. So lap 7 is a 32.56. Yeah, so I was gutted when I hit that pipe.
1.
Over the tabletop, round we go.
2.
Last few corners.
6. 4. 5.
Lap 8
3.
is a 32.67.
9.
On to the results. Tony won it with 10 laps and a fastest lap of 29.45. Chris was second with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 30.81. Martin was third with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 31.77. Tommy was fourth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 32.96. Scott was fifth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 32.42. Freddie was sixth with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 33.27. Andrew was seventh with 9 laps and a fastest lap of 31.68. I was eighth with 8 laps and a fastest lap of 31.32. And Jacob, who might have retired, was ninth with 7 laps and a fastest lap of 37.51. So my fastest lap kind of was put me around 4th position maybe, but that slow lap at that opening lap, that was like the equivalent of 3 laps. Most laps are 30 seconds, the first lap for me was 90 seconds. So you do the math and work out where it would have placed me. So yeah, lap 1 was a killer. Lap 2 wasn't great, lap 3 wasn't great. Lap 4 we got up to our fastest lap speed, 31.32. Lap 5 was a good one. Lap 6 was slightly off the pace, and lap 7 and 8 was slightly better. So consecutive 3 in qualifying 2 was 95.49. Consecutive 3 in round 3 was 96.17, so we weren't far off. Average was 41.70, so our average was Obviously pretty high because of that first opening lap that really cost me. So yeah boys, absolutely gutted. But these things happen, that's why we call it racing. So it's all shuffled around. The leader is Chris Evans on first, Andy Wood second, Kevin Hodgkinson third, Pete Hastings fourth, Dave Scouse fifth, Tony Powers jumped up a few places into sixth, James Burgess seventh, Philip Swinton eighth, Elliot Horn ninth, and Chris Long in 10th. So here we go, see all the races and the various positions. If you're on the tube and you watch this video, just drop us a like. It just helps the algorithm, you know, helps YouTube think, oh, people are actually watching this sport, helps promote it, this kind of niche sport that we're all so passionate about. So drop us a like, really helps. So here we go, we've landed 50 at 64, so we've dropped a few positions compared to the last round. So if you want to check out the last qualifying two, check it out in the playlist. As always, thanks very much for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah.